Following video is rated E for everyone. Enjoy. Yes, you read that right. It is the very first MOPETE review. And for this first review, we'll be covering a recent favorite of mine, Crash Bandicoot the Sane Triology. More specifically, Crash Bandicoot N from Crash Bandicoot the Sane Triology. We'll cover the other two games when I get a chance to play them. Let's start off with some backstory behind this one. It was the year 2016, and Crash Bandicoot, the once beloved series of games that got its hot start on the PlayStation, was dormant. The last release on console being 2008's Crash Minor Mutant, which concluded a string of games released on the 6th generations that played developer musical chairs and were rather inconsistent in quality. Enter Vicarious Visions, a company already responsible for 2 Crash Game Boy Advance games and Crash Nitro Kart, the 3 games from the 6th generation that I felt came closest to capturing that Naughty Dog era Crash magic. At E3 2016, Vicarious announced that they would be making a new Crash game, but it wouldn't be a completely new title. It will be a remake of the original game that was remastered from the ground up. Of course, Crash Bandicoot faithfuls, including myself, went crazy when we heard this announcement. We knew Vicarious, with their consistent track record, would finally bring us the great game the Bandicoot was long overdue for. With it being made exclusively for Sony's latest powerhouse, the PS4, the hype built up very quickly. Even fans that haven't seen the series since its PS1 days, and brand new gamers that haven't even heard of the Bandicoot were excited. But did the Sane Triology live up to expectations for me? Well, first, let's take a look at the graphics. The graphics are beautiful, striking, and well done. They capture that colorful cartooniness that made the original game stand out, while making use of the PS4's hardware to bring it to the 8th generation properly. You can tell Vicarious paid a lot of attention to detail when rebuilding the textures and animations for this game. I mean, look at how lush this jungle is. Look at Crash himself. Look at the freaking water. They even reblocked all the cutscenes so that they're not so stilted and more animated, fitting the remake style more. Needless to say, the game is pretty easy to look at, especially in the jungle and river levels. And to tie the bow on top of things, the game runs incredibly smooth. I didn't experience a single frame rate drop the whole ride. But the graphics certainly weren't the only things rebuilt. The soundtrack was also revamped, and honestly, it's hit and miss in my opinion. The soundtrack on the PS1 used a lot of piano and synth music, while the remaster here goes for a more orchestrated approach, and it does hit the mark with a few tracks like the main theme and Brio's theme. But it also sounds worse than the originals, like in the Great Hall and Pinstripe's theme. But it's all a matter of opinion, so if you prefer more orchestra, this new soundtrack is for you. The sound effects have been updated too, and they all fit and sound well placed. I do like how they added in the Gem Collection choir riff from Crash 3, very nice touch, a very needed touch. The graphics and audio is just addressing though. Let's take a look at the meat of this game sandwich, the gameplay. The game controls very similar to the original version, with the major addition being that you can now move Crash with the left analog stick as well. Yet, believe it or not, all versions of this game until this one have never been analog supported. The analog stick, combined with a new set of physics Vicarious brought in, makes Crash feel more fluid and less heavy than he was on the PS1, making a lot of the platforming challenges less awkward and easier to deal with. And you still have the option of using the more classic directional buttons for movement, which I prefer to use in more static situations like the side-scrolling levels. Overall, the tweaks made to the gameplay improved the game while keeping the charm, momentum, and challenge that made the PS1 version so special. Big, however, it appears Vicarious failed to rebuild some of the levels with Crash's new controls in them. A major and notorious example being the Road to Nowhere level. In this level, you have to bounce on these turtles to make precise jumps, In the original version, it wasn't much of a problem. You hold the jump button when you bounce, press forward, and you had a pretty good chance of making it to the other side. In this version, you have to bounce on the very pixel edge of the turtle and press forward the nanosecond you bounce on the turtle, or you're not making it to the other side. I had lost so many lives trying to clear the first few turtle jumps that I just gave up, swallowed my pride, and finished the level using the tight-roping shortcut. This was a noticeable stain on an otherwise perfect remake, which brings me to my conclusion. What makes a remake or remaster perfect to me is something that takes everything it could that worked from the original while eliminating its problems and adding in enhancements and elements from the modern generation to appeal to today's newcomer gaming audience, as well as the old faithful that experienced the original. I feel this Sane Triology remake of Crash Bandicoot follows this formula and excels in it. It's the same colorful, charming adventure of a bandicoot's quest to save his girlfriend from an evil scientist, keeping intact the satisfaction of clearing a challenge with well-timed jumps or hitting an enemy with well-timed spin. It tweaked the rather clunky and static control and weight that set back the original. It makes gem collecting easier and less frustrating. You only have to pull no death runs on the colored gems now. It even adds more content to the experience, as you can download Stormy Ascent, a level cut from the original version. You can also do time trials on each level, akin to Crash Bandicoot 3, and you can compare them to your friends in the online community. You can even play as Crash's sister, Coco Bandicoot, if you want. This game hits all the marks of a great remake for me, and at least deserves a try if you own a PS4. I give it a score of 9 out of 10. The one thing keeping it from reaching perfection is the new controls. As helpful as they are, they make some portions of the gameplay, and in one case a whole level, unfairly difficult. I recommend this game for all ages if you are just going for the simple completion. You'll run into some challenges, but they can eventually be overcome. If you are going for 100% by collecting all the gems, the game becomes that much more of a challenge, even for hardcore gamers. So be prepared for plenty of these moments.
Oh, come on! What? Oh my god.
And plenty of these moments.
Now we can celebrate. Woo! We got it. We got it. Oh my god, we got it.
Anyways, I collected the footage for this review on my Twitch. Check out the link in the description if you want to see me play games like this live. Like what you saw in this video? Please drop a like, maybe comment on something. And if you're not already, why not subscribe and join the MOPETE family? MOPETE Reviews will be back soon with a review of the next game. I won't say what it is. Until then, peace in the Middle East, kick rocks, MOPETE out.
Got to leave. I don't hear an explanation.